giving an offer and putting an urgency on it, putting like a timestamp on it, that you don't get to just hold on to this bid as long as you want, and they have to make a decision, as soon as possible. We used to do kind of this week, and now we're doing like, okay, you have 3 days, and then now we're like, you have to do it today, you have to let us know today. So we're pushing the envelope, and we're
serious?
Yeah, we're trying to do it day of. We're like right then and there.
And if they don't?
At the very worst, if we still want the job, then I can still, okay, you can still do it, just do it right now.
That's really interesting. I've never heard of someone doing it that, 1 or 3 days. Like, I've heard of people doing a couple weeks or a month, but I haven't heard of them doing it that short. Welcome back to another episode of the Cost of Doing Business podcast. We are still in Utah, here in south of Salt Lake. I am here with Kalei. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, you got it.
I was definitely saying it wrong when I was talking to you. But anyway, thanks for having me. Thanks for making time.
Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
It's cool to see you. It's cool to meet you.
Absolutely.
In person.
Man, this is one of the most, fun and insightful things I get to do. Like actually get out there and visit a bunch of other companies and all of that. And it's really helpful for multiple things. Like one is to get feedback about how the app's working or not working, or like how to improve it, what you're using, what you're not using. And sometimes it's a training thing. Like sometimes we get into like, oh, well, let's open up the laptop here. Let me just show you how to do that.
Yeah.
Or the next time it's like, you know what? It's a really good idea. Let me take that back. But yeah, I really enjoy these, and looking forward to getting to know you better.
Thank you.
Yeah. Give everybody listening a bit of a rundown of your company, what your company looks like, what kind of work you do. Just introduce yourself and we'll get started.
Well, I'm Kalei. Our company is Aloha Pavers and Concrete. So we do those two scopes.
Okay, so you're very niche.
Yeah, well, we do a couple more, but those are two of the main. We do all the outdoor living stuff too. So outdoor kitchens, and do a lot of block walls and things like that. So everything that encompasses that as well.
Yeah.
But that's the name of the main two, because those are like the main two that people call for.
And were you like intentionally niche that way, or did it just kind of happen because that's what you got started in, and you had enough of demand for just those things?
Yeah, good question. So that's what I liked. Okay. That's mainly what I liked to do.
Yeah.
I personally didn't like landscaping. I didn't like doing landscaping and stuff like that.
Didn't have the green thumb.
Yeah. I like destroying stuff and building stuff, but then with the care, I didn't do too well at it. But I think it does look awesome though at the end. When it brings everything that I do together.
Yeah, it softens it up.
But we actually did start out as Aloha Landscape and Design.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want to, but we did, because at that time, kind of testing out the market a bit, people didn't know what pavers were, even homeowners that were getting it. Mm-hmm. They didn't really even know what it was called. They're just like, I want this, or send pictures, and they didn't know what to look for, and they would call their landscaper for it. So I called it that at the beginning, so that I could get those paver jobs. Also, I didn't feel confident that I could book out the whole year in just that kind of niche pavers. I actually wanted to do just only pavers all year in the blocks. But yeah, so we started out with that to be able to get designs and get jobs that had those paver jobs, and so we could get those leads until we could get to a point to niche down into just that. So we just barely did that and had that transition, so we changed the name and everything.
How recently did you change the name?
Pretty recently, I think this year.
Oh, you did that since coming on to SynkedUP, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's it's always hard to transition stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
And also because niching down, we have to now book jobs for just that thing and say no to everything else that we were used to, and and it was a hard thing to do for us, but we wanted to take the risk and shoot for what we want to do and establish what we want to do. But we did get to a good enough place where we were like booked out enough that we could, take a risk and take a jump like we wanted to. So it's been awesome so far. Haven't gone out of business yet, but knock on wood. But no, it's awesome because it feels cool to shoot for what
Yeah.
you want, and to
So
kind
it
of
was
get to that
definitely
point.
intentional.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And how long? How did you get the business started? Like, how long have you been in business, and what's your team look like?
This is our 3rd year. We have like 5 to 6 guys on the team at all times. I say 5 to 6 because we're trying out different setups with our new kind of company, our new kind of scope, whether it's an office person, whether it's just an extra hand in the field, whether it's a full-time driver or not, full-time social media guys. We're kind of feeling out which is being the most smooth, and also filling in what I do and don't like to do best. So that's us. There's me. I work a lot with the bids.
Yeah.
So a lot with the software, SynkedUP. Yeah, we have a project manager. We do have a driver right now. He doubles up driver and social media, taking videos for us and shooting out content every day. And then we got
So the driver's doing both the driving.
He's doubling up as those two.
Interesting.
So it's working. We actually like it because he's on site every day anyway, so he can take picture of the work as it's progressing. And so whenever he goes to pick us something up and come back, then there's progress that has been done, so he can take a little bit more and stuff like that. And the guys just stick to their working rather than jumping off and taking something.
Dedicated, having somebody dedicated for that stuff like that makes it more efficient, and you get better content too.
Yeah, so it's working out so far, but we're still filling out what's our favorite, crew setup for what we have and the work that we have.
Yeah. Do you have anybody helping in the office?
Not as of right now. It's been mostly me. We have done a couple. Those were when we were doing landscape though.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was a tougher kind of job, and just starting out, I didn't have enough time to teach the office girl. We ran through 3. We had 3 different people that I tried to teach and, see if it was something they could pick up or figure out on their own. And I'm gonna blame it on that I didn't have time to kind of teach them every little bit. But now it's gonna be our next hire.
Okay.
Because now we have a simpler kind of process too, rather than all the details that encompasses, a landscape design and everything there.
It takes time to get processes in place.
Yeah, there's a lot too, because they would do a little bit of the bidding, a little bit too.
Oh, really?
Prepping it, yeah, that's what I was having them do, and so, but all those different things, and they didn't know much about it, but some of this stuff, it's a little bit more simpler, what we've niched down into.
Yeah.
It's easier to kind of understand.
Yeah.
But we're excited.
Yeah.
Soon.
That's so. What does your normal day look like? Like, do you split it up between the office and the field, or tell me about what a normal day looks like for you?
Now, actually, I just changed it, so it's been different the last couple of weeks. I switched out with project manager so I could be on site and kind of see every day what's going on, because I wasn't before. So before I was kind of just only doing office stuff, trying to network, meet other people, get on other people's builders lists, find leads, set up all the systems and processes of the business, and configure everything there and refine things there, and always look for more work and what we can do there. And now I'm on site every day doing that, and the project manager he only manages one team, but project manager is doing all the bids now.
Walk me through the process of getting your project manager to do all the bids. Like, are you using templates?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so you've done a lot of work in creating the templates, so it's easier to just piece together, take the templates and punch in the measurements and produce the bids.
Yeah, with our scope now, it's pretty simple to spec out, because it's just kind of square foot measurements. We can already get an idea of what materials we need. So it's pretty quick to get a rough ballpark on how many yards of concrete or how many square feet of pavers, and just kind of base it off that.
Yeah.
But yes, we don't complicate it too much. We kind of give a rough ballpark, and then if that's in the right spot with the lead, then we'll go.
So is he also meeting with the client?
Now he is, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that feel?
Weird. Weird, because I used to do everything, and you trust yourself. That's usually the last thing that
it often is. Yeah.
Someone usually hands over, and they don't trust anyone with it. I've had him, but he's been doing bids before, so he's accustomed to it anyway. And if I was busy or if he was really close to a bid, then he would go there anyway. So he has an idea and a good, a good idea of
Good grasp.
A good grasp of how it goes anyway.
So what are you hoping to get out of that? Like that switch? Like what's your intention or your goal?
Two things. So one is I wanted our team to get managed better
On site.
Yeah, and so see what because if you're not seeing it every day, or if you're not seeing it enough, then it's just a story, and then you think it can be fixed, and you think you're solving it or whatever. But I wanted to go see it and see what's going on. If we ever have mistakes and we've already done training for it, why is it still happening? And so just kind of get an idea of the guys and get an idea of what they can do together. So see what progress they can realistically do if they're being lazy and not doing as much as they should, or if they're doing just great and I just have a wrong idea of how much it takes to do something like that, and who we need to add to the team to make sure that things are happening efficiently. So one is to get feedback off the actual crew and make them as efficient as possible. And second, I just missed the work. I'm like a lot of the contractors where they just love and know how to do the work, but they're not exactly businessmen or salesmen, and they're just trying to figure that part out. And so I missed it. I wanted to be in the sun and go. So and vice versa with project manager. He's been missing kind of resting. He's been working real hard and long hours every day. We do 410s.
Okay.
But yeah, so a little bit of that too, where we can just kind of reset a little bit and not get too stuck and focused on what we've been doing. And
how long has your project manager been in the field?
In the field,
until
in the industry?
Up until
Oh, he's been in the industry maybe some 5 to 7 years. Yeah, and then with us the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. How did you find him?
I grew up with him, so I grew up with him, and he's also like a distant family.
Oh, okay.
But we've been close enough where we're like close family.
Okay, that makes sense. And are you the sole owner, or it's not like it's?
He's my partner.
He is your partner.
Yeah.
Okay. So that definitely that definitely has a different dynamic. Yeah. What is your biggest challenge in growing the business now? Like, what's the battle you're fighting? What's the thing you need to solve next?
One of the biggest things I'm worried about is just trying to get a good, solid flow of leads. Because right now we're kind of all over the place, and we're also trying to kind of dial down where our leads are coming from and where so we can double down on what's working. And then since we've started, we've been doing always the shotgun approach where we're trying everything and then seeing what's working there. But with that, a lot of stuff doesn't work too. So you've exhausted resources to try it, but it didn't give you the leads you needed. So that's what we're searching for right now is what's going to be the best. So we're playing kind of the long game with social media, just staying consistent, getting stuff out there until we can kind of hit a different threshold where I think we'll get some better leads. Listening to a lot of the other contractors nearby in the area. We're really close with a lot of the guys in Utah.
I see.
And so we work together and collaborate together. So we listen from them and try our own stuff and apply our own things for our scopes and everything. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. I just feel like we haven't got the specific answer of what's working.
Yeah. Is there anything that comes out for you, like when you think about like what's been the best source of leads for you so far?
Yeah, well, when we first started in landscape, it was designers, and we had just one designer.
You mean designers would call you to do their project?
They would send us jobs that they designed, and so that booked us up pretty well. But then, transitioning into this, designers don't want to, give work or recommend contractors who could only do a part of the work. So we kind of wrote that off, and I'm trying to see how we can work around it to revive that again in the future and work with someone else, and maybe they sub us out for just the main stuff that I want to do.
Or maybe you sub out. You
Or
get
maybe
the deal
I
and
sub out. you
Yeah.
know. There's one. What was the question?
Like what your biggest source of leads is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We get calls. We get calls.
Like word of mouth. You
Yeah,
think, or
we get calls, and we're trying to dial down
where they're coming from.
why are they calling. So a lot of them are just kind of saying Google, but some people are seeing our stuff in other places too.
Yeah.
And then we're doing Google ads. We don't know exactly if it's they saw our Google ad and then are calling us, or if we're just showing up on SEO or search results
Right.
for Google and they're calling us. So we're trying to figure out that too.
Yeah.
And it's hard because
Yeah.
a lot of the marketers, they kind of track, but it just kind of doesn't link up all the way to really,
The attribution.
just to see
Yeah, it's
where
hard.
it really
Attribution's
is.
hard.
They have an idea, or it's like, okay, you're getting this many calls. I don't know who it was, but you got these many calls, but it could, it could be none of them.
Yeah.
So it's been a little bit helpful with the software too.
Okay.
For kind of tracking these, because we've implemented where we'll ask now, which
Yeah.
we haven't been before.
Right. At least you get that.
Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of feedback metrics with that.
Yeah.
I think one thing that would be cool is if it's possible to put in, just kind of categorize where lead source for just the project, that was sold.
Rather than the client.
Yeah, because we could get 100 leads from, say, Thumbtack or something, but we don't get any of those jobs because they're looking for more cheaper clients, and I don't want to be that guy. Then we can kind of write that off, and then see that information and be like, okay, no, our actual projects came from
That's it. Yeah.
this.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
So that would be a really cool.
So
thing.
like discern between leads and actual paying customers.
Yeah.
So you might have, like you said, 100 Thumbtack leads and one paying customer from that.
Yeah.
Or you might have another one that's 10 leads and 8 customers.
Yeah, we got 8 of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's good. So looking backwards, what would you say has been the biggest challenge you've overcome in your journey thus far?
Honestly, I would say finding the work, because you know how to do it, you can get it done, you can order it from everywhere, and we're able to get enough of the equipment needed to kind of get stuff done and then save a little bit of money. But if you don't have enough work to kind of make that money from it, then you're always spending it just trying to look for more work, or just trying to catch a job, so you're cutting it down or doing whatever you can. And so when you're trying to, and it's that it's that beginning that's the hardest, is just trying to kind of get up off your feet, where everything's against you and it's just totally uphill. But if you had the work, then you can kind of make everything else happen. So I kind of think that in general is if everyone had all the leads they could ever want, then everybody can kind of eventually put together a good system in business. But every business has got to be a marketer and figure out that flow. But once you have that, then you can.
Yes, when you have enough of leads, it allows you to be choosy, with what work you take on, and
make even more money.
Yeah, exactly. It gets you. Like sales is the oxygen of a business, to state the obvious. And would you say that earlier in your journey, would you say that there was a part of that, like getting work, that you were able to like solve or figure out a way that you made meaningful progress on, or anything stand out?
Yeah, a couple things. One thing was realizing how just one connection could just totally turn everything, because like I said, that one designer, I emailed a ton and reached out to a ton, almost everyone that I could find. Only one took us on at the time and responded, and that filled up our whole year. And
Really?
I didn't even have to worry about it really as much. And so we got other jobs, but it was perfect. So it's like who can really just change. And that was just one connection. So imagine if you had 2,
Right.
or and even if we still had that one right now, it would flip turn our whole business. So I think it took me too long to kind of click that, even though I knew that was the answer and I witnessed it firsthand. We still hadn't made enough kind of adjustments to try and do that again or try and implement that, because we still don't have a main kind of person that would send us stuff like they used to. So that's one thing. And then as far as winning the jobs, as dumb as it sounds and as basic as it sounds, but just kind of giving an offer and putting an urgency on it, putting like a timestamp on it, that you don't get to just hold on to this bid as long as you want, and you just put a time on it, and then they have to make a decision, as soon as possible. And so we used to do kind of this week, and now we're doing like, okay, you have 3 days, and then now we're like, you have to do it today, you have to let us know today. So we're pushing the envelope, and we're trying
serious?
we're trying to do it. We're trying to get to the point where we're doing it day of. We're like right then and there.
And if they don't?
At the very worst, if we still want the job, then I can still, okay, you can still do it. Just do it right now. If you do it right now, then I'll take it. So we've done that.
Or do you say you have to go back and reprice it, or do you do anything like that?
That's what I'll say beforehand to set it up, or
So is that your angle? You're saying, hey, this quote is good for a day or 3 days. If it's so you're going for that, but do you frame it as
any
otherwise
kind
you
of
have to reprice it?
Yeah, any kind of way. It's more so kind of in a sense a discount. But if it's like, hey, if you can do it, whatever angle we're taking is July 4th. Okay, July 4th for this, we're doing it, whatever angle we want. We've done like
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day, whatever holiday it is. It's like, even if it's funny, because the holiday might even be over for 3 days, and then we're like, okay, today's the cutoff for that. Well, I can still add the Groundhog Day discount, but it ends today. It's like, and so.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, or it's just like, usually Groundhog Day, we don't get any calls.
Urgency is key. And like,
so if you do today, that would cover me for Groundhog Day.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I've never heard of someone doing it that 1 or 3 days. Like, I've heard of people doing like, a couple weeks or a month, but I haven't heard of them doing it that short.
Yeah. One of our best buddies is doing really well in selling them on the spot and day of. Not even.
Where did you get the idea? From him?
Partially, yeah. It's like a lot from him, and a mix of, just kind of the general stuff where it's like, it's a tale as old as time that, it's an offer and create urgency somehow.
Yeah.
And make so that you act now, or else you lose this and you gain.
Where do you get your inspiration for the offer urgency? Like, what do you read? Do you podcast? Like what?
Yeah, I mean a lot of everything. But one is just looking at all the guys that, you see doing well and looking up to, and kind of seeing what they say and do. Then again, all the business gurus that are out there, they have information that you can apply to. Also, but something like that it's something that we've all seen for so long. That there's get this much % off if you do it today, or this kind of discount, whatever, first time, whatever it is. Like, there's always something. So it's like, it's obvious, and you've looked at it for your whole life, but but sometimes you don't apply the stuff right away, even if you know all the concept and all the answers. As funny as we are, we just don't put it into.
I know, man. It is so important. It's like I see it happen so much of people. They consume a lot of podcasts, or they read books, or they want to, I don't know, ask questions about how to do X, Y, Z, and you give them all kinds of answers, and then they don't implement anything. It's like, putting it into practice. That's where you won't get any benefit until you do.
Yeah, and I'm 100% guilty of it, and there's plenty more that I can apply, but even if you learn all the concepts, you're like, oh yeah, oh silly, don't do that, never do this, but you do it and you don't know you're not doing it, and you don't apply what you don't realize to apply. Like we just don't do it or think to do it. And then sometimes if you just keep working hard, you can figure out the things that make sense and see what does well and run with it. But
since we're kind of segue from that into my next question is like, what's the best advice you've been given? Something that has made a big difference for you, or something that really resonated with you. And sometimes it's just the simplest little things,
Yeah.
I mean, I really love your short turnaround time or deadlines on proposals. I mean, creating that urgency is great.
Yeah, before, I mean, we all know to create urgency that it's a thing, but yeah, before we would just, I want to say the word chumps. Like, we look like chumps just sending out the number. Here's the number. I hope you like me enough. And then following up every who knows how much.
Being like needy, like,
yeah, just like, hey, and trying to
yeah.
think of whatever dumb reason you're calling them now. And, they never do it. Yeah, and they don't have any pressure or they don't have any urgency to it. But that just adds that. And like, okay, let's do it.
Do you present your proposals in person or send them a link?
A little bit of both. We're trying to do it more in person now.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's usually been we just send them the PDF or what it is.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of moving away as much from actually showing a proposal, and we're just there, and then we can kind of to do it on the spot. You'll prep enough of it, and then just change whatever this and that you need to, and do it right then and there. Grab a check right there. So
yeah.
But I think one of the biggest concepts that's been helping us is to kind of just take steps forward, and if it's like the wrong path, then you just turn around and just make a U-turn. Or if you feel like you're not ready, that's okay. Just take the step or take the big leap, and then you can either qualify yourself in that spot or learn from it. Mm-hmm. But worrying about it too much, or worrying about the step or trying to plan out each step, you could lose your chance.
Yeah. Indecision what's that quote? Indecision has killed more squirrels than it's something like that. It's like, the whole thing of a squirrel trying to cross the road and back and forth and back and forth. Like, indecision has killed more squirrels than I'm butchering. I forget how it closes, but it's like indecision is expensive.
Yeah.
And in some cases I've heard people say, like, you can make the wrong decision and with enough of commitment, make it the right decision.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we overanalyze and we strive to create the absolute perfect decision, which takes the perfect time, the perfect research, all of that stuff, which never happens.
Yeah.
And then it's inaction.
Which is way worse than not making any decision. So me personally, I'm a big overthinker and planner, and I wanna. And my brother Nate, who's doing this business with me, I appreciate him because he's a little bit more of like a, let's just do it and see what happens. Yeah. Let's just do something. And so I've been trying to implement that for myself as much as possible. Yeah. But I have noticed where all the times that I just want to think about and have it be the perfect thing, it usually takes too much time and delays, what would have been 80% closer. Alex Hormozi talks about like making the wrong decision brings you 80% closer than not making any decision, or kind of what we're talking about here. So, but I always, because I'm a perfectionist or whatever I am.
Yeah, we want to make that perfect decision.
Yeah, where I have to get it all right, and then it ends up taking too long or whatever. And so.
Or you miss the boat. The ship sailed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. I was just at an Alex Hormozi event yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, down at his headquarters in
Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
So that's kind of the loop I'm doing, like Vegas, Salt Lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain.
But, it was good. Like the main so it was a sales and marketing and kind of like scaling workshops, what they call it, like that workshop that they do at their building there.
Yeah.
And
how was that?
It was good, really good. It was not just another copy paste like event.
Okay.
It was like very original, very intentional.
Huh.
Like the attention to detail was amazing.
What do you mean?
Just like the team and like the whole team in that building, the way they curated the content, they presented the content, like the attention to detail. Like it was like there was not a wasted word or a wasted slide. Like it was all like laser focused on point with the message they were trying to share. There's no fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Alex. No fluff.
Love it.
But the main thing I got from that, and I'm still thinking through it, is focus. Like the cost. Okay, so let's just use like a sales and marketing example, right?
Okay.
Oh, I want to do Facebook ads, and I want to figure out like networking with like the designers, like what you were talking about. Oh, and I want to do a good website. Oh, I want to do social media content. I want to do all this stuff. And the principle that they were hammering home is that the lack of focus. If you try to do too many things, like let's say you try to do two things at once. You try to figure out good organic website inbound leads, and you try to figure out leads on paid advertising at the same time. The lack of focus on the split focus is more expensive than has more cost to it than just going all in on one. Mm-hmm. Like the scattered focus is extremely at best it slows you down.
I believe it.
At worst, nothing works. Kind of like the thing you were saying earlier about the shotgun approach, you know?
Yeah. Also, he had like 8 to 10 businesses at one time, and he was just losing money in all of them.
Yeah, right. But so he was just saying like, what are your goals? Okay, that's the goal. What is one thing that would have to be true for that to happen? And then maybe you come up with a list of 5, 10, 20, 50 things. Okay, what is the one thing that if only that one were true, you would achieve your goal? So, and you have a process. Maybe you get down to the top 5, down to the top 3. Finally, go with this one. Okay, cross all the ones off and throw them out. Don't even if there's just let them burn, and just go all in on that one. And that's made me think really deeply. I'm still thinking about that. Because the cost of split focus, the cost of scattered focus, it's like that squirrel in the middle of the road. It's
so true, and I totally believe it. And it's so fun when you can simplify and get those things and find those things and then do it. I want to take that back and do that once, but that's really cool, and just do the one.
Because we're guilty of the same things in trying to grow and scale SynkedUP. It's like trying to do too many marketing things at once, or trying to do too many other initiatives at once, and what's in the product, or changing something about how we onboard people or whatever. And that split, scattered focus is it's costly because you don't do any of them as well as you could if that is the only thing you were focusing on. And Dan Martell kind of said, same principle, but he says it a little bit differently about you could make the wrong decision, like if you have the last 3 options and you're trying to figure out which one you should focus on, you could pick the wrong one and make it the right decision with focus. Yeah. So you might.
It's a little bit of hearing that. It's a little bit of a relief too for me hearing that.
It's not okay. Just chill. It's not that big of a just show up with the intentionality and the focus.
Yeah.
It's not about making the perfect decision, so to speak.
Yeah. Because you know what it's like to handle a million things and wanna do a million things, and that's great. The ambition's there, but you also get lost too.
Yeah. And then you're nobody. It's all people, which means that you're nobody. Yeah.
That's very cool. Okay, I'll take that exercise back. Thank you. I wanted to go, but I didn't think I could get away, for it, and I didn't. So I'll take that. You would do the trip for me, so I'll take that one thing for me.
That's the takeaway. Okay, well, before we wrap up here, if you go back to the beginning, first year of your Aloha, well, at that point it was landscape, right? But if you go back to the beginning, what's one thing you would do differently in year 1?
Actually, 2 to 3 things come to mind. One is skilled labor. We started off with like friends and family, and we were the only ones who knew how to do the construction part, and so it was just kind of labor that was really expensive. It was partially because we didn't know if we could get full jobs or not, but...
Expensive because you didn't have the right people, or expensive because you were paying them too much?
Didn't have the right people.
Yes.
Because they were cheaper. They're still cheaper than the skilled labor.
That's the point I'm trying to make. That's why I asked the follow-up.
Yeah, but it cost them way more money to...
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you, the cheaper price tag is usually more expensive than just the more expensive.
Yeah,
price tag.
which is funny. Was I try to say the same thing
Yeah.
for me because I'm my bids. I'm like,
Still
hey,
commit the same
but I
thing,
can't. They can't apply to myself.
Yeah.
So there's one thing. Another thing is not be afraid to book out more jobs before kind of like, I don't know, start building. Because I was scared. Like if I had a job, I got to do it right now. But I can just say I'm a couple months booked out, and just kind of give that safety net, I guess.
Yeah, you need that pipeline.
Yeah, and another third kind of small thing is, I didn't want to work in the winter, so we didn't get any work in the winter. Then winter hit, and I just saw all the money I made just go away, my overhead. I'm just a newbie, I didn't know enough about everything, and so I watched all the money I just worked all year to make just go away to stuff that we have to pay for, trucks and everything, and I just lost it all. Like, oh man, so not doing that anymore.
So how did you fix that?
We're still fixing it, but here's what we have. So that was the first year, and I saw that. I'm like, okay, not doing that again. Second year, we put our biggest jobs, and just pure hardscape jobs, and we put them in the winter. So that way we didn't have to move around too much, kind of stay in one spot, in one big spot. And also we use a kind of different base so that it's a little easier to use in the winter time. So that was our next solution, but we still didn't make as much money as we wanted to. Production rate still 50% than what it was, and there's all this extra this and that we have to balance around for weather delays and things. And with holidays, you can't get as much work done. So on the jobs we would have made the most amount of money on, we were just either scraping by. So we didn't want to do that anymore. And now I got involved with real estate. So that's one thing we're doing a lot now and the guys love it, where they're just kind of helping remodel flips and stuff.
So you're
in the
keeping
winter.
the guys busy by just flipping houses.
Yeah, another reason too is because I've always wanted to get into real estate investing, just didn't know when, but it was the perfect answer. And I have a couple contractor buddies do the exact same thing. It's kind of weird because it's a different business.
It is.
Yeah, and so then that just kind of gets in the way of, a little bit of the plan of focusing on one thing, because now we're running two businesses.
Yeah.
But the guys love it. We just grab other guys that do know the trade well, and we have contacts that know how to manage that stuff. So we just work with them, and yeah, we've loved it. So that's what we did, just barely, and yeah, the guys loved it. And though they said they were game to work in the winter and everything, I could see them. They were cold. I could tell they were cold. So, and they almost loved it too much. I'm kind of scared because they're like, oh, I want to just do this now. I don't have to be out in the heat or out in the freezing cold. I want to just work inside. I'm like, no, don't like it too much. But that's what we have as of recently. So.
We had this same problem at Tussie Landscaping in Pennsylvania, and one of the things we did, and something it might change how you think about your budgeting in SynkedUP, is we made sure that all of our overhead, all of our expenses, if we were paying employees for the winter, all of those wages were everything that we're going to spend year round was in the SynkedUP budgeting tool.
Paid before.
What does that do? Yes, your hourly rate and all that goes up a little bit through the summer months. But what it essentially is doing is saying there's 12 months in a year, but we can only produce for 9 or 10 months out of the year. So what that means is in those 9 or 10 months, we have to produce enough of cash to cover all of our 12 months worth of expenses and still be profitable. So basically just like so the way you made money while you were working, but then when you weren't working, it dipped back down. Like those expenses should be factored in to your pricing, your SynkedUP budget essentially, so that, there's still be like you're building cash, and it goes down a little bit in the winter, but not to the point where you lose everything you worked for. You still are left with your year's worth of profit. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
How do we plan for it? Because tried to work on that a little bit.
Yep.
The harder part, and maybe it is just a lead flow problem again too, but we haven't been able to like charge what we really want to kind of add that extra oomph and then pay for all that extra stuff like that. But I'm gonna assume maybe Tussie didn't have that, or with your help you're able to get enough clients where like you were able to charge more, or how would you say you solved
that whole like not able to charge more is a problem. Everybody says it's in my area. I don't care where you live. It's the same. Every contractor everywhere deals with it. But because even in Tussie, super rural area, even your market here is much better than where Tussie Landscaping's from, right? So just use that as a case in point in terms of like populace, money that's in the area, that kind of thing. So it's more about how can you sell your work where price is not the only consideration? What are you doing to add value, brand, customer experience? Are you a pleasure to do business with? Are you the easiest person to do business with? Do you say exactly what you're going to do and then do what you said you would do? Like those kind of, because contractors are notorious for like, yeah, I'll be there, and then they don't show up, and like just a poor client experience. And ultimately, it's not an overnight thing. But ultimately, if you build up your brand and your client experience in that way, people are going to be calling you for you.
Yeah.
They're not
so
price shopping.
Just with time.
Yes, it takes time.
It
takes time. The other thing is the way you present proposals, which I can tell you've thought a lot and done a lot of work on this, but the way you present proposals can also play into this. Like we just talked about this in the last podcast I did up in north part of the city. But
Salt Lake?
Yeah. But we were talking about how details kill deals in the proposal. So, for instance, if you're showing your hourly rate,
oh yeah,
the client might have a story in their head, a narrative as to like, oh, that's a lot, or like that's not much, depending on what it is, what their background is, and all of that. Like, what purpose does showing the hourly rate to the customer have? Nothing. It's like it's $30,000 to do the job, or it's $0 to not do the job, or we can change the scope and bring it down to 25 or 20, or change the scope and add scope and bring it up to 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
But the idea is to present the information on the proposal in a way that helps them, gives them the right levers to pull. So instead of like, well, I think it's too high, so I'm going to beat you up on your hourly rate because you showed me your hourly rate. Instead, I'll be like, well, I'll break out the patio from the fire pit and the gas, and the pergola and the outdoor kitchen, and you can go in and say like, well, I want everything but the outdoor kitchen. Okay, cool, great. We're not having any conversations about hourly rate or anything. So the point I'm making is about the way you present your proposals is key, so that you don't show the wrong details that become contentious points of debate in the sales process, right?
Yeah. Because I like how you can like hide.
Yeah, right.
So stuff
right.
we do it all the time.
Right. But so there's that. The point I'm making is, it's not about price. It's about value, and it's about what they get for the price. And it could be, this is sometimes what could happen, and leads is a big thing. It could be that you're trying to sell to the wrong people. Like if a Honda Accord customer walks into a Ferrari dealership, is the Ferrari salesman going to try to sell them? No. They're just going to... The best thing that person could do is courteously ask them what they're looking for and give them directions to the nearest Honda dealership, right? There's no point in even having the conversation. The principle to take away from that little analogy is lead qualification. So like ask them up front what they're looking for, and there's very good tactful ways of doing this. Tussie has done an amazing job of this, of like vetting the clients in their process. They do it by doing a consultation fee, they weed out the insincere people that are just looking for an estimate for their insurance or whatever, and also they have what they call a project planner. It's like building out a truck online where you just pick I want this, I want that, a small, medium, large, and it kind of gives them a ballpark. It educates clients as to what things cost. So by the time you're actually having a conversation with them and giving them a proposal, they already know it's going to be 80 to 120 grand, or whatever, because if you're so many people in this industry want the Instagram picture that's a $250,000 backyard, and they have a $20,000 budget, and to them $20,000 is a lot of money, and it is a lot of money.
It is.
but they have no concept of what it costs. And so then you get this lead, oh, I want this cool backyard. You get all excited about it. This is an awesome portfolio project. Let's go. And then multiple meetings in, you discover these people have 20 grand. It's never going to work, right? So there's many angles to come at this, but the idea is target the right people, qualify and vet them up front, be strategic and intentional about the way you present your proposals, build the best client experience, be the easiest, essentially just be the easiest person to do business with. Answer the phone, show up when you said you would, do the work, communicate well when things do go off the rails, that kind of thing. Again, none of this stuff's overnight, but eventually you come out with the result of selling to the people that have the means and value the things that you build. Right? Is that making sense? And if you're, and sometimes business in the business's growth journey, there's a friend of mine in Altoona where I live. This is his story. Like, he's been in business for 20, 30 years, like long time, but he's smaller than you are right now. And the thing is like what happens is as businesses grow, they want to do a bigger and better product, more premium, but they still get leads from the early days when they did favors for their neighbors, that kind of thing. And so now they're trying to do a premium product, but still getting leads from Mrs. Jones, their neighbor's grandmother or whatever, and they don't want to so they keep trying to service that at an economy level when they're trying to produce a premium product business and selling to the wrong client is what I'm trying to say. And so as your business grows or as your product offering grows, sometimes you have to change, keep your marketing, wherever your leads are coming from. Like, if you started out mowing grass and mulching, but then you ultimately ended up building beautiful high-end outdoor living spaces, that's a completely different market.
Yeah.
And if you're still getting leads from the mulching days,
your hard work from the beginning is not.
Yeah. And then you get people saying, oh, you're too expensive, and you start second guessing, which comes back to the question you asked. Are you getting the question you asked about what if we start pricing ourselves out of the market and all that? Yes, it's not a non-issue. It's not. Price is important, but it's only a factor. It's like I also got this from the Hormozy event. He was saying, I think it's a Warren Buffett quote: "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." So instead of trying to make price the lever you pull, how about we work on that value lever? And then go find those people that appreciate that value and will pay for that value.
What did Tussie do to target those people? Because you did a job for Shaq.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
But that was through Aquascape.
Oh, okay.
So basically we won Artist of the Year from Aquascape.
Uh-huh.
And then we got invited to go do that project with Shaq.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Greg Whitstock was the...
Yeah.
he was the guy that had that relationship. Yeah. But... Again, none of this stuff's overnight. It's not a silver bullet. So Tussie is in a rural market, and one of the things that we did, meaning not a ton of leads, you know what I'm trying to say? It's trying to scale a company. So one of the things Tussie did is we wanted to do a lot of water features, but water features are kind of luxury item. People don't just wake up one day and say they want one. Mm-hmm. It's usually the way a person kind of falls into the water feature hobby or they want one is they see one somewhere else. And they're like, oh, I would love that, right? And then they become kind of an enthusiast or whatever about it.
Okay.
But a patio is functional. It's like, oh, I want a place for my picnic table and entertain people, so you want a patio, right? Mm-hmm. Water feature's not so much. It's more of a design. It's ornamental. It's beautiful. But it doesn't really serve a function. Or you know what I'm trying to say? So it's not utilitarian is what I'm trying to say. So what we did is we built physical, in-person, physical displays at public locations where people that were our ideal client profile would visit.
Would be? Where?
Granite countertop location. Restaurants. A little tiny home cabin construction place. We would just go to
did you build a free one?
Yeah. Sometimes it was a different deal every time. Sometimes they would cover the cost of materials. Sometimes we covered everything. Sometimes whatever. Yeah. But every year we would go to a physical in-person display And then we would maintain it because you got to keep it looking good.
Right.
You don't want to like offload that to like you do
and
that.
that's just
yeah.
bad marketing.
And then
Opposite.
and we simplified the product. What I'm trying to say with that is like we wouldn't just go in and throw in a water feature. We would say we would name it like this is the Dragonfly. It's a 10-foot pondless waterfall. There's a sign with a description and a price tag, and brochures right there. And so what people would see it and be like, oh, I want that. And because the sign's there, they know exactly what it costs.
Qualified.
And sometimes, exactly, yes. Sometimes you would just get the call, it's like, I want that. You know, it was a very short time to close, right? Sometimes we would get a lead 5, 8, 10 years later. And then when we're there doing the job, they would say, oh yeah, we saw this display, we saw the price, and we're like, and here they were saving for years.
Wow.
To get to the point to where they finally called us. They never called us before that. The point I'm saying is they were first educated, they wanted it, and they knew what it costs, but they didn't waste our time because they were already educated, and they would go back and say,
Wow.
it was incredible. But that again, that's like planting a little sapling because you want shade. It takes a long time to build that stuff up. I mean, the physical in-person displays can be quick. You can get some quick results from them, but it takes a long time to pay for it because maybe you burn a week or two of install time, depending on what the project is. But burn a week or two of install time and takes production time out of your year, and it's all the costs associated with that. So it's not a cheap way of doing it, but it's really good evergreen marketing.
Wow, that's really cool. Mm-hmm. Go to where they are.
Yeah, go to where they are. Yes. Yep. And so, there's you don't have to do what we did where we foot the bill. I mean, you could go to a restaurant, try to sell them. Mm-hmm. And then when you do sell them, work in a deal to do the sign. And hey, I'll do the free maintenance or whatever if you give me the sign. And that's the water feature example. But yeah, you're with the papers and stuff, you'd have to do something different. But yeah, I mean, the other thing we did, we went to an appliance store and we did outdoor kitchens to showcase their appliances, and then signage to go, we build outdoor kitchens.
Wow.
It's not all about, there's power in that is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's thinking, I don't think anyone's thinking of that really,
Yeah.
Very cool.
But yes, the whole principle though is you can't get choosy until you have enough leads to be choosy. Mm-hmm. And if you're fighting the battle of, well, I'm going to price myself out of the market, what I hear when I hear that is, okay, we got other problems to solve. It's not the pricing thing. It's leads, problem. It's marketing, it's all those other things. Sometimes you just need to get the no. I love the way you're so quick on it. Just get the no so I can stop wasting time, your time, my time, and go find the next person that will say yes. Hopefully it's helpful, but those are some ideas. But the point, back to the original point, how we got onto this tangent is make your summertime work, pay for your wintertime expenses. That's the only way it's going to work. Otherwise, it's going to be an exhausting process every winter. And what we would do the moment it got froze, we had no sweat about stopping to work because we knew that we had priced our work all summer to cash flow those expenses. The money was set aside.
So what did you guys do in the winter?
Hang out? Some of the guys go fishing, hunting,
wow.
snowboarding.
So everybody was...
Yeah. I mean, there's equipment maintenance that goes on. There's maybe we bought a new truck, so we're getting it designed and wrapped. And there's things happening. Yeah. But it's not like
they already paid for it, so it's just go find something.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, hope there's some nuggets in there for you to get to the point where winter's not a thing of how do I pay for it?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna take that back and watch our podcast again.
There you go. Okay. Hey man, where can people find you?
Oh.
There we go.
Aloha __ pavers.
Double underscore.
Beliefs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Right.
And then I have a personal page too, and that one's bigger, which is my name. It's Kalei _Masima_Duke. KALEI_MASIMA_DUKE. Should probably make that easier for people.
I know.
And switch that up. But
Well, we just went from like 20. The last time I looked, it was like 29 minutes. Now we're up to 57. So
oh wow,
that was a good conversation.
good convo, good deal. No, thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome.
here. Nice
Thanks.
to meet you.
Likewise. And thanks for making the time. I appreciate that. I mean, I know you got business owners got things to do. So when you give me, time to have a conversation means a lot. And thanks for putting your faith and trust in us at SynkedUP, to run your business.
Yeah, what you're doing is awesome, and so rooting for you. It's been cool to see the whole process since there all the way to here. So killing it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Watching it.
Can't wait for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
It's just getting started.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You betcha.